Day number 1 of Jets training camp is in the books, and in this video, I am going to break down everything you need to know what happened at One Jets Drive in the first practice of the new era of Aaron Glenn's New York Jets. Welcome on in, or welcome back to Jets Media. My name is Richie. We were live all morning talking about the live updates, but now in this video, I want to give you guys the breakdown of the highlights from day number 1. It feels so good that the Jets are back at One Jets Drive. I will be there on Friday and Saturday this week, which I'm very excited about. If you guys are going to be there, I'm excited to meet you. And if you're not going to be there, I will be live from training camp after it wraps up. So make sure you guys subscribe here to Jets Media and hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time your boy makes a video. And do me a favor, like the show if you guys are enjoying the content on Jets Media, and feel free to comment your thoughts of Jets training camp. Express how you're feeling, Jets fans. Football is back and it feels so good. So let's get straight into business and not waste any more of your time, because there's a lot to unpack of what happened at One Jets Drive. So yesterday, the Jets reported to practice, but today was the first legit practice where the media was there, so we as fans could go on X and see exactly what's going down. Shout out to all the Jets beat reporters that were there to provide us all the inside information of how the Jets are looking at practice. And before we get into exactly what happened, the big question that I want to ask you as a Jets fan, what are you looking for at Jets training camp? What is your expectations? Well, from my perspective, this is the season of change, and I've been saying it all offseason long, and I just want to say this in the first video we make of Jets training camp, that everything's going to be brand new. Even the structure of practice is new. I'm pretty sure Robert Saleh's training camps did not start as early as Aaron Glenn. That's a slight little adjustment. We're seeing more efficiency on the practice field in terms of going in and out of practice drills, according to Robbie Sabo of Jet X Factor. There's a lot of different elements of the structure of practice. Now, what's Justin Fields going to look like? What's all these new free agents going to look like? What's the system of Tanner Engstrand? What's the system of Steve Wilks? This is the season of just everything being brand new for these New York Jets, which is why training camp is so intriguing as a Jets fan this year, because we have no idea what to expect. So let's talk about exactly what happened in practice. So the first thing I want to highlight is Justin Fields. How did he look at practice? He had an up and down day, some flashes in the pan of highlights, and some moments where he struggled. And my expectations for Justin Fields in particular is exactly that. If you're a Jets fan and you're expecting Fields to go out there and ball and make no mistakes, you are absolutely kidding yourself. I mean, you gotta be realistic with Justin Fields coming into a brand new team, brand new scheme, brand new teammates. Everything's new for Fields, so it's going to take some adjustments for Justin Fields to figure himself out. And the big question with Fields is he going to develop as training camp progresses, so when week 1 comes around, he's ready to go? Now, he did have a highlight, and I feel like we have to show the highlight right away. He did throw it up to Garrett Wilson, and Garrett Wilson mossed Brandon Stephens. I mean, this is why you extend Garrett Wilson. He is going to go crazy this year, and it's just awesome to see. The first play of 7-on-7 was this one right here. Justin Fields throws it up to his reliable number 1 receiver of Garrett Wilson, and he goes up there and mosses Brandon Stephens. This is exactly why the Jets paid him. This is awesome to see, and I was hoping they were going to release a video before I made this video so I can show you it visually what it looked like, because initially we saw a tweet when this happened that Garrett Wilson just mossed Brandon Stephens, and everyone's like, where's the video? We need the clip. Well, here it is, and it looks absolutely beautiful. So Justin Fields had this highlight throw. He also had another throw down the field, but there were some times where he was missing some throws. Pressure was getting there. We had cornerback blitzing and batting the ball down the line of scrimmage. So overall, it was an up and down day for Justin Fields. Not fantastic, not terrible, just right in the middle. So this was Rich Cimini's tweet that he posted after the Jets practice wrapped up. Justin Fields was 5 for 8, a couple of uneven moments, but a solid debut. Went 1 for 2 on deep passes to Wilson, pressured by McDonald on incompletion, a couple of checkdowns to Breece Hall. Arm strength is there, surprised by blitz on one play. Get used to that, Jets fans, in terms of the surprise blitz with Steve Wilks and Aaron Glenn implementing their brand new scheme. That's awesome to see, but that's really what happened on the practice field today from a Justin Fields perspective. Up and down, had a flash, had a couple throws where you're like, he needs to improve there. Now let's get into what Nick Faria had to say about his takeaways from practice. A bit of an uneven day for Justin Fields, had a long touchdown, but held onto the ball too much and was late on others. So that is where Justin Fields is going to have to improve improve his game. We all know when you watch the All-22 film of his time in Chicago, his time in Pittsburgh, people like to say he can't throw the football, and I just disagree. Like, I think he is extremely talented of throwing the football. His arm strength is there. His accuracy is there. His fundamentals is there. But Justin Fields' issue has always been upstairs. Can he process the field? The timing, right? Getting rid of the ball on time, not holding on to it too long, and that's something that we're going to have to keep a close eye on. It's not that he can't throw the football and he has like a weird hitch in his motion or he doesn't have good footwork. That's never been his issue. The issue has always been timing, and we're hoping that he can click in a rhythm this season with the New York Jets. And Zach Rosenblatt said that it was a light practice, up and down day for Justin Fields. He had some good moments. He had him at 5 for 8 and 11 on 11. Might have been sacked by Will McDonald. Garrett Wilson, still great. Oh, yeah, he is. So that's really the Justin Fields report, because we're going to be talking about him in every single video. That's the most important player on this whole team is the quarterback, and he's a brand new quarterback for the New York Jets. So we got to break down exactly what he looks like. Now, let's get into some other players outside of the quarterback. Arian Smith, the rookie wide receiver, is flashing. Nick Faria made this tweet saying, Arian Smith's route running is a lot better than people realize, definitely better than it looked in college. He's someone that had a fantastic OTAs, and he is someone that has a real opportunity to become a legit weapon in this offense, because you look at the wide receiver position next to Garrett Wilson, there's nobody that we are expecting to be the guy, right? Josh Reynolds and Alan Lazard are the two veterans that are solid, but who's going to explode onto the scene and be a legit weapon that defenses are going to have to game plan against? Well, Arian Smith is a very intriguing player to watch because he's got the speed, he's got that, but how's his route running? How is he going to be able to catch the ball, which was an issue in college? So far, he is definitely looking good in training camp, and it's really going to matter when the pads go on, which is an important note, by the way. The pads are still not on yet for the Jets at training camp, so you can't really evaluate the trenches just yet. Also, Arian Smith, that's what I'm going to be looking at. When the pads go on and things get a little bit more physical, is Arian Smith going to be able to get off the line of scrimmage and not let the physical element of the game throw him off his route running? So I'm very curious to see that. Now, on the flip side, a wide receiver that has struggled today, Malachi Corley, the year 2 player, who is on the risk of getting cut, honestly. He was injured in OTAs, and now in first day of training camp, he had a bad drop from Brady Cook. By the way, him being on the field with Brady Cook tells you he's like with the third stringers. And Arian Smith, I believe, is on the field with Justin Fields, just so you can get an idea of who's ahead of who in the depth chart so far. I really do think Corley has to wake up if he wants to make this team, because the wide receiver position is only going to get more competitive as training camp goes on. So he had one bad drop. Obviously, everybody is going to talk about that as an issue. But on the positive side, let's get into Braelon Allen. Braelon Allen, everybody's raving about him. People feel like he is going to be utilized in this offense more than people realize. He's a perfect fit in this scheme. Breece Hall, I think, is going to be the guy that the Jets are going to target a lot in the receiving element out of the backfield. But when it comes to carries, I think Braelon Allen's going to eat. I think he's going to absolutely get the rock more than we think. The fact that the Jets have Breece Hall and Braelon Allen as their number 1, number 2 running backs, and Isaiah Davis is a pretty solid number 3, I'm excited to see that element. Braelon Allen looks the part, gets bigger and stronger throughout this last offseason. I'm really intrigued to see what he looks like. So Braelon Allen is a gold star for the New York Jets. Now, outside of that, there's not much else to really talk about. Nick Faria brought up that the Jets may have the best linebacker duo in football with both Quincy and Sherwood. They stood out. I'm intrigued by that linebacker duo. You know, CJ Mosley retires, Jamie Sherwood gets paid, and now we're going to see those two linebackers go out there and be the quarterbacks of this defense, which is fantastic. And I also want to bring up Jamal Pritchett that Nick Faria brought up in his post in terms of some takeaways. Jamal Pritchett is an undrafted free agent. Could he steal Malachi Corley's spot? Can he steal Xavier Gibson's spot, who, by the way, muffed a punt today at practice? So Jamal Pritchett is a guy to keep an eye on as training camp progresses. All right, so that's really my thoughts of what happened at practice. Now let's get into some press conference. We heard from Aaron Glenn. We heard from Justin Fields after practice. And Connor Long, who is, as you guys know, a great Jets content creator, he was there on behalf of Jet X Factor, and he had this quote from Aaron Glenn when asked about the Sauce Gardner and the Garrett Wilson extension. AJ on why the Jets committed to Sauce and Garrett Wilson. Quote, "The film doesn't lie, and just being around them, I am a pretty good judge of character. And those two guys are foundational players. And then I want to set the precedent that we want to sign our own players. That is so important, folks. And when the Jets officially extended Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner, I wanted to emphasize that setting the precedent for young guys like Olu Fashanu, Will McDonald, even Jermaine Johnson, Breece Hall, Elijah Vera Tucker, the young guys that the Jets drafted that are pending to get contract extensions with the Jets or not, is, a big deal. And the Jets committing to Garrett Wilson and Sauce long-term, it's absolutely setting a foundation of what this Jets regime is about. They want to extend their own players. They want to develop their guys and pay their guys. And that's really, really awesome to hear. Justin Fields talked about his goals this year, and I love that a quarterback always brings up the team. He didn't bring up himself. He says, I want to go out there, play meaningful games, win some playoff games. Yeah, well, we all want that, Justin Fields, so let's hope that happens, of course. But that's the wrap-up of Jets training camp day number 1, folks. If you guys stayed all the way to the end of the video, comment a plain emoji. Love hearing what you guys have to say in the comments as well. Hit the thumbs up button. A lot to break down in day number 1 of Jets training camp, but this is only the beginning of the coverage here on Jets Media throughout training camp and, of course, into the regular season. My name is Richie. Love you guys as always, and let's go Jets. Peace.